The days of your gas-guzzling car may be numbered. Air pollution rules are pushing development of electric cars, and the University of South Florida is in the forefront of electric car research. Newswatch 8's Craig Smith is live at the USF Engineering School with more on this program. Craig?
Bill, this old car was buzzing along on batteries 80 years ago, but it's a good example on how an old technology can be refined to meet some modern needs. Now, USF is working on modern electric cars and working towards the day where you or I might drive one. Here's an ideal car for Florida. You get some sun, and it runs on sunshine. University of South Florida's engineering school has covered a carport with solar panels and turned it into a charging station for electric cars. USF is one of only 10 places in the country given government grants to work on electric vehicles. Engineers here hope to cut the time it takes to recharge the cars. Right now, when you're out of juice, it could take most of the day to get rolling again.
We're going to test fast charging on the vehicles. Instead of 6 to 8 hours, we'll get it down to maybe an hour or two.
USF has already made a breakthrough with the solar panels. They are the world's efficiency champs at turning sunlight into power. You might get a chance to drive an electric car yourself. Well, in fact, USF is going to go looking for drivers to test modern vehicles under modern everyday driving conditions. However, it's probably a couple of months away before you can actually check out one of those electric vehicles, and I understand this particular sporty little model is not among them.
What about the costs of electric cars? Where's that stand right now, Craig?
I'm not sure what the cost of an electric vehicle would be at this point. Certainly the batteries are a major cost, and they are working on new technologies to get better efficiencies out of these batteries so you can go longer between charges. The batteries will be lighter, and you won't drain the car just by the sheer cost of moving all that weight around. But the actual cost of the vehicles, that's something that's going to take more time, refinement, and mass production to really define.
Well, I'll tell you what, they got the perfect combination of an electric car and as sporty as that one is back behind you there.
Well, again, to warn you, I don't think this is going to be one of the loners on that program.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, Craig, thank you. How would you like a car that runs on sunshine? It could soon become reality at the University of South Florida. As Newswatch 8's Craig Smith reports tonight, USF is a leader in running electric cars on solar power.
Someday, instead of saying fill her up, you may say plug it in. Electric cars like this one are one good way to fight air pollution, and the University of South Florida is working on a practical way to make them run on the sun. USF's engineering school has put the world's most efficient solar panels on top of a carport, so the sun can charge a fleet of electric cars. After all, this is the Sunshine State.
Like up in Boston, it wouldn't be a very good place, and they plan on trying this site there, but mainly your Sunbelt states in New Mexico, Texas, California.
USF opened the charging station with a real feeling of pride. The school is one of only 10 places in the country with federal grants to evaluate electric cars. The school is mainly working on quick charge technology, so when your batteries run down, you won't have to wait the usual 6 to 10 hours to get rolling again. It's natural to wonder what it's like driving one of these things. Well, it's very much like driving any other big van. It can cruise at highway speeds, but the acceleration's pretty slow, so don't get in any drag races. But will electric strike a spark with car-loving Americans?
Well, yeah, if it would cut down on the pollution and messing up the environment, I'm for anything like that. I'd go back to a horse and buggy, if that were going to help out.
And in a few months, USF will loan some electric vehicles to average drivers to see how smoothly they roll through the real world. Craig Smith, Newswatch 8.
The future has a lot to look forward to.
What better place to charge and test solar-powered electric vehicles than here in Florida? And a college in our own backyard is now in the forefront of what will soon become a very hot item. The University of South Florida dedicated the first testing facility in the U.S. for the cars of the future. The school's engineering department has built a carport for 12 cars with a solar-paneled roof. The panels can produce over 20,000 watts of electricity.
10% of our vehicles were electric today. We could lower the demand for foreign oil by 1 million barrels a day. That's another benefit.
The program at USF will soon have a variety of electronic vehicles at its fingertips. They will include a station wagon, a pickup truck, as well as a passenger van.
The Sunshine State has the first solar-powered charging and test facilities here in the Tampa Bay area. The University of South Florida dedicated the place to charge and to test solar-powered electric vehicles this morning. The USF Engineering Department has a carport for 12 with a solar panel roof. They'll be able to produce more than 20,000 watts of electricity. Part of USF's fleet includes a station wagon, a pickup truck, and a van. We may look back and smile at this one day when we all have electric cars in the driveway.
Well, finally tonight, Florida is known as the Sunshine State, but some scientists at the University of South Florida wouldn't mind if it eventually becomes known as the Solar Energy State. Listen to that engine hum. There's good reason it's so quiet. Instead of gasoline, its electric motor is powered by the sun. While the world may eventually run out of petroleum, there's plenty of sunshine to go around.
The whole state of Florida is the Sunshine State, and it's really ideal for solar energy and for electric cars.
USF cut the ribbon today on a one-of-a-kind carport. Unusual because it's really a solar center. Photo cells on the roof turn light to electricity. Put one plug in the car and the other in the wall socket, and you're ready to charge up and go.
Like the big box computer of 25 years ago, which was so cumbersome, this is kind of the position that we're in now. But 20 to 25 years from now, we're going to have fast, efficient, solar-powered vehicles.
This Baker Electric proves electric cars are nothing new, but research like this is a big step toward putting them in every yard and making pollution a thing of the past.
People just don't realize that until you fly above Tampa Bay and see a brown haze over the bay. So something has to be done, and this is the right thing.
So who knows, someday you may drive your car to work, and instead of just parking it, you just may plug it in. We're
Wouldn't it be nice to never have to stop for gas again, or perhaps spill gas on yourself?
Like I always do.
Instead, just plug your car in and go.
That would be great. Experimental electric cars are keeping engineering students at the University of South Florida very revved up lately. They dedicated their solar recharging station and are busy testing these juiced up jalopies. Ken Suarez takes us for a drive.
Rick Michaels' Triumph Spitfire is flashy, but he's not. Rick is a moderate kind of guy, but everyone has his limit. Los Angeles commuter traffic helped Rick reach his. One day he decided to make a radical move to slow down pollution.
And I'm not the type to hold up a sign or walk in front of the White House, so I thought I'd build an electric car and show it could be done.
2 years and $15,000 later, voila. No pollution and no need to fill her up. All you need is an electric outlet.
Just your daily driving, you know, to the store, to school, or what have you, it's perfect.
And quite a smooth ride, as I found out. 0 to 60 in 12 seconds, but not the car for longer trips. Electric cars get about 50 miles from a charge, something Ray Yeta learned the hard way when his electric car died in front of a Scotty's hardware store.
So I consulted with the manager, got an extension cord, plugged it in, and while I was shopping inside Builder Square, charged up the vehicle enough, more than enough to get back.
What's the energy efficiency if you tested that out?
Electric cars are energy savers and cost less per mile to run than a gas-powered car, but they cost more to buy. This converted Ford Festiva will set you back about $20,000. Big price for a small car that needs a lot of room for the stuff that makes it go.
And this is what's stopping electric cars from becoming even more popular. Batteries, batteries everywhere. There are 6 here in the trunk, and come on up to the front. 4 here under the hood. Now researchers are trying to make them smaller and more efficient.
Until that happens, electric cars probably won't take off with everyone, but they're winning converts like Rick Michaels one by one. Ken Suarez, 44 News at 10, Tampa.
South Florida is working on a solution to the nation's transportation problems, a car driven by the power of the sun. This van runs on batteries charged by solar energy. It's part of a new program at the school's Department of Electrical Engineering. For the next 2 months, the university will test the vehicles, which cost less to repair and create very little pollution.
And this is, of course, the reason that we're pushing electric vehicles in order to try to prevent the further deterioration of our environment in terms of ozone, smog, or other type of chemical pollutants.
Current solar-powered vehicles do have some drawbacks. They aren't very fast and can only travel about 60 miles before they need a recharge. The university is hoping to become one of the top electric vehicle research centers in the nation.